Okay, this really doesn't want to work today, so I'm gonna go again real quick. Okay, first, I already did comedy. First effect is Danny, that negates if you banish it from the graveyard, this guy, in combination with Ash Blossom. That's done. And I was doing Tragedy, the other level 1. The search is pretty simple. Sangan, we changed the condition a little bit to check that it was banished or syndicated by an effect. And the rest is standard search, archetype monster stuff. And then we were doing the set effect, which is partially borrowed from whatchamacallit, the alter guys that search, sets a spell trap. Migrator, that way. Okay, so if TC and TC, we don't have this set. Okay. Stigmatika spell trap. One Despia except Tragedy. I just noticed that, so let me and not see his code ID. It cannot search itself. Also needs listed names. ID. Okay. Alright, so make sure it doesn't work once in as material. Foolish Burial, so we can mill it and see, and gold Sark as well. So we can see that it triggers. And then we need Comedy and Tragedy in the deck to see what it can search. That's for the first effect, and then we need a Stigmatika spell trap and Foolish Burial Goods to send it to the graveyard for the second effect. I just gotta target one, set your fills. Okay. So let's do this real quick. Okay, so he should trigger now. Yes. I can only search the other one. Okay. And then if I foolish Stigmatika, okay, I forget that once per turn, because he says you can only use one effect and only once a turn, so we need this here. But if we do use it, banish, target, set, okay, that seems to be fine. Let me. We need to test Gold Sark as well. Okay, and then I'm gonna try Linkuribo as well. So let's put him in the starting hand. And if I use him as material, it should not trigger. Okay, all good. So this one's done as well, it looks like. Special summon. No. This doesn't fit a category. Nation target. Gray. Banish. Set. Clone for remove. Okay, delay, that was up. Unsearch. Could add a category live grave. Right. Isn't there an Altergeist actually that does this? Altergeist, like a trap card. When I just gotta attack one Altergeist trap, ideal hand. Not quite. I think he has the separation input that I want. Okay. Okay, so those two are done. I mean, they're pretty simple effects, but unfortunately the stream crashed, so a lot of the process was lost. But yeah, like I said, this is the Tenny hand trap. I don't know, I think it was from the grid as well, but anyway, the Tenny one, very similar effect, and changed to disable instead of negate, so it doesn't get the activation, it gets the effect. And we took that part from Ash Blossom, and then this part was a Rika Master, and we just changed, instead of attributing a plant, it attributes a fusion, pretty much. That's what we changed. Yeah. And then this, the search, was Sangan, and we changed the condition for it. The rest are standard search one archetype master stuff. And then the set was mostly from Marionetter, the Altergeist, but also this part is the standard ignition effect in the graveyard, banishes itself as a cost, which is Distinct Malicious. Anyway, so this is done. Moving on is this guy, the Jester. So let's read him real quick. Albert, Jester of Despia, 4 Dark Fairy, 1800 0. I think he's supposed to be Albaz. This guy's normal special summoned. Add 1 Stigmatika, spell trap from your deck to your hand. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. If you face a fusion monster you control is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of opponent's card effects, while this card is in your graveyard, target one effect monster your opponent controls, special on this card, and if you do, negate the targeted monster's effects until the end of this turn. You can only use one effect, and only once it's up. Okay, so we need this for Stigmatika real quick. Okay, so the search is gonna be, Deneb, because why not? We're just going to not include the flip summon, because he says normal or special summoned. So let's change this to E2. G, HOP, search 1, Stigmatika, spell trap. And then we just need to change this a little bit, and the search effect is gonna be done and ready already. Set code. Base type, spell, or type trap. We don't need this, and is able to hand. TH filter, TH filter, HTG, THOP. Okay, so search effect is done. So let's the other effects. We which is a little more complicated. It's not too complicated, but it's gonna require a few checks here and there to make sure that everything's fine. But first, let's see if we can find something similar. Face of Fusion monster you control by battle or lose a field is destroyed by battle. Let's put you control as well at the start. It's destroyed by battle. Or leaves the field. Raya, maybe? What cards in your grave? If you face up Sky Strike, your Lingo, you can use by battle, let's be with a bunch of card effects. So that's pretty much the same. Yeah, it's the same. So we're gonna take that part from Raya. It's this effect. It's gonna be E3. Same count limit. SP, live field, demo step, description 1. Okay, so the condition, we need the condition pretty much here. Number 2, these. Let's take these, copy all these. Oops. To fix the names up. Okay, so face up fusion monster. Okay, previous position face up. Previous control TP. It needs to be you control. Yep. Previous type on field needs to be fusion. Link. Previous set card does not need to be here. And resume battle. Or opponents reason effects. Okay, that seems correct. Face up fusion monster you control is where battle is available. Yeah, okay. Well, this card is in your graveyard. Okay, so the condition is good. Okay, so target, we need to check. There you have room, of course. This card can be special summoned, and there's something to target, of course, because this actually does something. So duel is existing target. One effect master. And negates the effect, so it's Veiler pretty much. So look at Veiler. Effects Veiler, I mean. Just going to copy this. Effect master the opponent controls. So one effect master the opponent controls, it's exactly the same. Okay, so TG filter, let me copy the filter too. We need to check C parameter. There we go. Okay, so let's see, what are we checking? We have enough master zones. This card can be special summoned. That's on this card, yes. And there's a target to negate. Face up, not disabled, step effect. And then we select, we target the monster, we want disable, operation infos, okay. Let's see, needs the targeting. It's this property. It's a NIF, so it doesn't, it needs delay as well. Okay. And then in the operation, let's see, we're going to first it special summons itself, and if you do, negate until the end. So I'm gonna take this and put it here, and boom, boom, then going to copy this part and put it in here. Okay, so if she's ready to effect and you special summon it, set this check. Actually, I don't think we need that. Master Bone, does it do it? It doesn't do it. Okay, so the special summon function should do it by itself. Okay, so if she's ready to effect and you special summon it successfully, and then you get the target, if it's still face up and it's ready to effect, and all the checks, you get a target mouse effects until the end of this turn. You register the negation effects, negate the target's effects until the end of this turn. Standard phase end. This is just copy paste stuff from effect veiler, so it should be fine. Okay, speed, TG, blah blah. Okay, so let's go ahead and test this card real quick. So we need Stigmatika to search. Stigmatika on summon, and then we need a fusion monster. We still have a battle. Well, this should work correctly because it's copied from Rye, so I don't need to test every single detail of the condition here. It's a foolish copy of this to the graveyard. Albert. And how are we gonna... Let's do instant fusion, and the opponent is going to have mirror force, I guess. Basic fusion controls the battles have failed while discussing your graveyard. We need to exclude this card. So Raya might have this bug now that I think about it. I need to make a note of this to check her out later. Yeah, so if he's destroyed at the same time as the fusion, it should not trigger. That's why we need to exclude him here in this check. Okay, we need these. Mirror force is how we're going to destroy the monster. We have effect monster to target, okay. Okay, so cards. We need an opponent. Don't shuffle. So on summon, we should be able to search the Stigmatika spell. Okay. Let's kill this guy. Yes, and then we're going to summon and set the Melphos. And then I'm gonna instant fusion and attack. Some Melphos will be used, they will be destroyed. Okay, so that's slightly. I mean, oh yeah. It needs a and not EG is contains. Is contains. Local C. Anyway, let's use it. Target this. Special summon this. Negate until the end. Okay, so let's try once more to make sure that this change actually works. So now I should be able to trigger only the one that's already in the graveyard. Yep, okay. Target, spell summon, negate. Okay. Let's take a quick look. Fail, target, demonstrate. Same count limit. Because it says one up per turn, only once a turn. Okay. I think Mr. Albert is also done. Okay, so moving on. Everything else from now already has a script made by somebody else, so we're going to look at it, see if there's anything to fix, and then test it. Okay, so Dramaturgia. Level 8 Dark Fairy 3000, 1500. If a fusion synchro exceeds end or link is special summoned. You can trigger effect. You can target one effect monster on the field, negates effect until the end of this turn. Use categories material for a fusion summon from the hand or field and sent to the graveyard or banished. Okay. Just on this card, you can only use each effect once per turn. Okay, so disable. yes. Delay target, yes. Build trigger O, spare summon success. Master zone, ID, different count limit, correct. And the functions. So let's see the first, the negation. It doesn't take this. Okay. So like filter. The order here is a little confusing. A Necon. It's event special summon, right? Yes, for some success. So there is a fusion, synchro, exceeds, or link. Needs to be face up as well. But you don't need to do so many ors. I think you can just do, like, if you look at Maximus. You can just do this. And it needs to be face up. If it's not face up, you cannot verify that it's a fusion, sync, or exceed, or link. Well, links can be face down, but you get the point. Okay, so that's the condition. Target. You can target one effect monster of the field, negates effects. Okay, we need to borrow something from this guy, which was, and we borrowed that from Effect Raider. It needs to not be already disabled. That's just rulings. Face up effect and not disabled. You need the needs to be on the field here. Okay, Sean. Thumbs up. Is existing target. What's the skin message? It's like us to get effects, okay. Filter, disable. Okay. I don't think you need to do this. Get first here. Does it have the targeting? It does, okay. And operation. Again with the shit. Disable effect and disease face up and not disabled. Okay, this is probably copy pasted from Taylor. Looks correct. Until the end of this turn. Okay. Should be fine. So special summon. What does it do again? It uses material for a fusion summon from the hand or field and sends the gradient or banish. Special summon this. So special summon, single trigger O, delay. Be material, different count limits. Okay. So what's this condition? Put a local here. Reason fusion in its previous location, field or hand. Okay, and its current location is grave or removed. And it needs to be face up too. Let's see, it is face up. Get location count, it's coming special summoned. Take away special summon. if you have no room or it's not related to the effect. And otherwise, special summon this. Okay, looks fine. So how are we going to test it? Okay, we need to fuse it from hand or field. Okay, instead of puzzle is probably way easier for this guy because there's way more different situations that need to be tried out. So I need one copy of him in the monster zone and one in the hand. We're gonna use instant fusion to test the negation effect very quickly. What's a low level? Like Panzer Dragon, right? Yep. Okay, so that's gonna be for the negation effect, and then the material one. Needs to be used from the hand or field. So these two should trigger, but something from the graveyard should not trigger. So let's use polymerization. Use light. Okay, let's add a Jester confit, like a dark monster to use for what's his name? Starving Venom. Starving Venom. Fusion Dragon. Okay, so I'm gonna use him for the field for that. It's gonna go to the graveyard. If we add macro Cosmos, we can check what happens when it gets banished. Face down. And then if we use him from the graveyard, really good. Invocations. And Alistair. Okay. So we got him from the hand. I haven't used him from the hand yet. This uses hand as well, right? Yeah. Okay. So we can try it with this. Okay. So I think that's enough to test this out. Okay, so the negation first. Okay, triggers. I can target anything. Okay, something's wrong there. Oh, that's why he did this, but do you even need to add this then? Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna leave it as it was at first. Although it might not be important. Okay, negates. And then, so, if we fuse from the field, triggers, itself. Okay. And then if we fuse from the hand and he's banished, it should also work. And I already used the that's for the negation, and that's for the special summon effects. Okay. Okay, and then I want to try it from the graveyard. So we put him in the graveyard, and then we don't use the effects. If we banish him from the graveyard, it should not work. Graveyard. Okay, nice. There's just one small thing. If he targets himself with the negation, maybe there's something wrong. Yes, see how it blinks. For this, we need to check something. We need to check Greedy Venom. Because he already has the fix, I'm pretty sure. And this OP. So I think it might be this. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's it. Because if you target himself with a negation, it tries to negate the effect that negates. It's a mess. What is this? Veiler? Is that right? Okay, it's right. Okay. Okay. So he seems fine. He should be fine. There's some wax. I just want to change this to this, just so there's no confusion, because it doesn't negate the activation, it gives the effect, and typically these are named. This for disable. This to J, and this up P, and then this is gonna be this filter, and this is gonna be like C filter or something. Okay, so he's done too. Moving on to the fusions. Despian Quaeritis, level 8, Light Fiend. So all these are Dark Fairies, but he's Light Fiend. I think he's Light Fiend too. Yeah, okay, so Light Fiend, 2500. 1 Despian monster plus 1 light or dark monster. Okay. During the main phase, quick effect. Change the attack of all face-up monsters currently on the field to 0 until the end of this turn, except level 8 or higher fusion monsters. And he's level 8 or higher fusion monster. If this face-up current turns controls the field because of an opponent's effect, you can add to your hand or special summon 1 Despian monster or 1 Allvain from your deck. You can only use each effect once per turn. Okay, so matte filter should be attribute light or attribute dark, and then the other one is the Despian monster. Okay, arrive limit. Attack change. So, attack change, quick effect, free chain, location master zone, how much per turn. The second effect is missing the how much per turn. Condition. Is main phase, okay. Target. Get matching group. M-zone. Okay, he's face up. Can attack more than 0. And not is type fusion and is level 8. Except level 8 or higher fusion monsters. Okay, seems fine. I don't think this category exists, but okay. I don't think this operation info is used anywhere, but okay. Maybe maybe I remember wrong. Get matching group again. Put this in G. It's the attack decreasing. Make attack 0. Final 0. Standard phase end until the end of this turn. Okay, that seems fine. The attack effect seems fine. So let's move on to the second effect. To hunt, search, special summon, single trigger O, live field. Okay. This is better. So there's no shenanigans with game mechanics. As with an effect, his previous position face up. If his face up card in someone's control leaves the field. And not his location deck. Wait, what? Yeah, I guess it makes sense. No, actually, you don't. I don't think you need this anymore. Like the core, not anymore. I mean, the core should handle this, right? Like, also, maybe this cannot be in the deck, or maybe it's for copy. Okay, one sec. Leaves the field by an opponent's because of. No, that's not for itself. I need something. Like someone controls it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't need the deck check, the location check rather. Battler is on player, effect, space controller. Yeah, you don't need it. You don't need it. That's the other card. Okay, so reason player is the opponent, reason effect, previous position face up, previous control TP. If physical in zone control, leaves the field because of the opponent's effects. Okay, seems fine. His existing card. Game with the filter. Is a whatchamacallit, is it Despia or Albaz and monster. It's slightly wrong, but I'm gonna fix it. Technically, the monster check is only in case when you're talking about the Despia effect. Albaz does not need to be a monster. So if they ever make a spell trap whose name is always treated as Albaz, this can search it. That's basically the point here. So is it Despia and the monster, or is Albaz and is able to hand, or it can be passive? Okay. Unsure. Okay, unsure about operation info if the precise category has to be decided in the operation. I mean, that's basically where you don't put the operation info. But you could Titanic Lad. You can look at Titanic Lad. He does the same thing. Add to your hand spell summon on one blah blah blah, and see what he does. Well, he does both, which might be wrong, by the way. Because I'm thinking it should not. Yeah, this should probably use the new possible operation info functions. It's not a big deal because it searches, so Ash Blossom can negate it regardless. So there's no weird scenarios. But yeah, I'm gonna remove this for now. And then operation. So man, why? No, why you made it so complicated? No, there was no need to do this. Add to your hand or special summon. Titanic Lad. Add to hand or special summon one form of Albus or one to monster. It's exactly the same, except for the filter being different, so monster is going to copy this. This has the same mistake here. I mean, it's not relevant right now, but so you select so he has the filter a little different. That's right. Okay. Because you need to also have room if you want special summon. That's fine. So we're gonna add this part and add FT here and boom, boom. Okay. So you select what you want to summon, what you want to do, whatever. And then we use this Ox, two hand or else. And this basically does all the checks for us. If you can be special summon in this room, and that's what it's gonna do in that case. It's gonna have you select, otherwise it's gonna search by default. Now I forget which string I used. So we're gonna see about that when we test it. We should have special summon type as well. Like, what the hell is this thing? Anyway, put him there. Okay, so let's test this guy. What are his materials again? Despia plus light or dark. So you could just use two Despias. Quick effect to change the attack, and then it needs to leave the field because of an opponent's effect. So dark hole, I guess. And we need a Despia or Albas in our deck. So Despia, save this guy, and then Albas. Okay. Right, okay. Oh, I need polymerization. Right. We need to fusion summon him. Polymerization. Okay. So we need 4 cards. So, okay, fusion. Cannot use the effect right now. If I summon this, I can use the effect. Okay. Until the end phase. What's this for? Oh, the tributes. Can change the attack again. Okay. Next triggers. And we pick what we want. Let's say Dramaturgia. And we select add the card to hand or special summon it. And if we pick add to hand, we're going to search it. And now we're going to test the special summoning. And it should work fine because it's copy pasted from the other card. But yeah. Okay, this one wants to trigger and search, I see. Dark hole. Okay, I'm gonna pick special summon. And we're good. One last detail is, but it should be fine. I'm gonna try destroying it by battle. So we are good. One last look. Count limit. I'll take how much special summon. Let's rename this function so. Filter. Okay. It does not list the spells. Right, okay. Okay, so he's done. The other fusion now. Proscenium. Level 11. Light Fiend again, 3200. Despian monster plus light plus dark. Okay. Main phase, quick effects. Play one fusion synchro exceeds all link in your opponent's graveyard. Either banish it or special summon to your field. Okay. When this gets destroyed master of battle, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the destroyed master original attack or defense, whichever is higher, you can only use each effect once. Okay. Okay, so fusion procedure. Despian and light and dark. Straightforward. No, not to hand. Category remove. Recovery chain. Targets. Time zone. Hard once per turn. The second effect is also once per turn. Plus 100. E2. Okay. Okay, condition. You don't need to do this anymore. Eerie, there's duel is main phase. We have this function now. Yay. It does exactly what you think it does. Okay, target. Either banish it or special summon it to your field, and it needs to be a fusion sync or accessory link in the opponent's graveyard. Okay, location grave, control 1 -2p filter, ETP, LC, location count, I guess. Is type fusion sync or accessory or link, and this can be effect target. Well, I don't think that's needed. This not needed. And is able to remove, or you have room, it can be present. Okay. Is existing target. So it's gonna check the zones here. We don't need to check the zones here. Select target. Blah blah. I give it a hand thing. And then this is again is gonna be using the possible operation infos. Okay, operation. Get first target. If it's not related, return. B1 you can remove it. B2 you have room and you can summon it. Option. Okay, select either of the two or one. Okay. Standard option select stuff. And then either banish it or special summon it. Okay. Looks fine. And then when it gets to a battle, 2 damage. Degree damage, sync to go, battle destroying, opponent's monster. Yep. And then, okay, max. Okay, battle targets. Target card BC, target player. Okay. It doesn't target though, so yeah, it doesn't target, so we don't need this. Gets opponent by battle. If you don't remember, it's 2 months of attack of death, whichever is fire. Okay. Yeah, I don't think we need this. And then we don't need this either, so we need this. If the same. Blah blah. 2 damage, okay. So Despia plus light plus dark. Yeah. So we got Despia, we got dark, and let's do Cyber Dragon for the light monster. Polymerization. Okay, and then we need something that's properly summoned to target and something that's not properly summoned. So link repo. What's it called? Extra foolish is the one, or dash foolish, sure. And then needs to destroy a monster by battle, which should be fine. Okay. Okay, so let's test it. So I should not have any options here. Yep. Yeah, I mean, you don't have one option, I mean. Okay. Uh, 79. Not BC. DC. I mean, actually BC makes more sense, so let me rename these. But yeah, let's see if I target the Linkuribo, I should be able to choose to special summon it. Special summon. Okay. Let's try the damage effect again. Okay, all good. Let's take a quick look. Although I think it's fine. Let me rename. Let me pick some of these. Banish. Special summon. Okay. Alright, I think it's fine. There was something I wanted to do here. Where I want to reverse these two. Doesn't make much of a difference, but actually I'm not sure if it works, so I don't remember exactly. Should be fine. Just because it says one Despian monster plus one light or dark. I'd rather it's the correct order here. First the Despia and then the light or dark. Okay, so that's this guy, and he's done, I think. Battle destroying, type of damage, target. Now I should add a hint message. He needs it too. Does he have it? Yes. Timing, main end, I think. Let me check. Main end, yeah. One. Yeah. And then he needs it, and he needs it too, right? That's a trigger, and this is trigger too, okay. Any other quicks here? No quick effects. No quick effects. And no quick effects, okay. Alright, so these are done as well, the fusions. And we are moving on to the spells. This fusion sounds, if I recall correctly, so we're gonna use this again. Okay. Let's see. Despia Stigmatika Theatre has both archetypes, a field spell. During your main phase, you can fuse some more level 8 or higher fusion from your action deck using monsters from your hand or village fusion material. This one's level 8. If a face-up non-fusion fairy, so any of these guys, is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's effect. Target one level 8 or higher fusion in your grave, special summon it. You can only use its effect once per turn. Okay. Despia. So let's Despia. So let's fusion this guy. Activate. Special fusion summon ignition, field zone. Second limit. Nice, he has this, so it fizzles if it gets MST'd in response. Okay. And then what's this do again? If a face up or blood lives, you spell summon. Okay, spell summon, filter your roll, damage step, delay target. Yep, it does target. Then field of zone. Okay. So it needs to be face up. Whatever gets destroyed. You control. Please control TP. Previous type of field fusion. Previous race on field needs to be fairy. Face up non-fusion fairy. Race on battle or raise on opponent's effect. Okay. And then we are targeting, we have room, and we're targeting Winico Valley. It targets, you don't need to put the command. Yeah, you don't need to. Since it targets, you don't need to add the Necro Valley filter. Necro Valley is gonna take care of it by itself. So you have room, and there's something to target. Level 8 or higher. Fusion. Come special summons. In your graveyard. Just control TP. Occasion grave. Select target. Okay. Special summon, blah blah. Okay, so we're gonna fusion these two to this, and then we need like a dark ball or something to get rid of it, to get rid of this, and another one to get rid of a fairy, a non-fusion fairy, and let's get a random beast warrior as well. First of all, let's fusion summon. Okay, and he needs to go to the graveyard. Okay. And then I'm gonna summon. I'm gonna destroy it now with Dark Hole, and it should trigger the second effect. Right. I can spell some of the fusion. Boop. Now if Warwolf is destroyed instead, it should not trigger. That's the idea. I mean, it should be fine because it looked fine in the script, but we're just gonna make sure. Does it have face object? Yep. So if we grapple here, it should not trigger. Okay. So that's fine. Fusion summon. Needs to be a level higher. And we could try this guy. Throw in this test real quick and test both the bird and this. So see, I cannot use it, but I can use Poly to summon the bird. Yeah, it just needs two normal monsters, pretty simple. Summon. Okay. Allvain, blah blah. So he's fine too. Right, and the heal spell seems to be correct. Fusion summon, special summon, special trigger. That must have delay everything. Target. Select target, exist target, blah blah. Okay. So this is fine too. Does it need? It does not need listed saves or anything. There's no archetype mentioned here. Okay. So that's good. This is good. And this is good too. We have these two left, so one last Despian support. And then the new instant fusion, and we're done. So, what does this do? Quick play spell, discard one card, then add to your hand or special summon in defense position. One Despian monster from your deck for the rest of this turn. There's a period here. Your deck. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon from the extra deck except fusions. If a fusion you control is destroyed by a card effect, you can banish this card from your game instead, and you can only use each effect once per turn. So, what do we have here? This is this one. This person didn't use it, but it's fine. Okay, so discover card, then either search or special summon. So special summon to hunt, search, hunt destruction because you discard a card. Free chain activate, count limit. It's missing count limit here. Me too. Okay, so target. FT is how many free zones you have. Is a distant matching card. FT ETP. Type monster. So it's a monster. It's Despia. And you can either add to your hand, or you have empty zones, and it can be special zones. Okay, seems fine. I'm not particularly fond of this order or unorder because it's usually that way, so I'm gonna change it. Is Stigmatika discardable? Location hand, except this. Now, I can't remember if we need to put the reason as a parameter. Yep, we do. Otherwise, it's gonna assume we're talking about reason discard, reason cost, but this discards effect. Okay, hand this one. And again, the operation infos are not, it's not guaranteed, but anyway. Like I said on the previous cards. Okay, so, discard one card, then blah blah, do whatever you want. So first we need to discard. Using a fair present discard. If you at least if you discarded it successfully. Then we do this. So FT is the zones. You select the Despia from your deck. Break and do 2 hands. What is this? Okay, I'm gonna not look at that and just copy this because it's the same thing, except it add to your hand or special summon defense, and this says add to your hand or special summon. So we just need to change the defense position part. So I'm just gonna copy this. What exactly did I copy? We don't need these. Okay, these are already included. Right, this part. I want this part. I just need to change this to be defense position, which by the way needs to be here too. Let's see, face up, find the constant. There's a comma needed there. Okay. Let's put some. Wait. Yeah. Okay. Let's put a tab here. because it looked weird. And then if you activate this card, it applies the cannot special summon thing. The target claiming a hint cannot special summon, SP limit. So we don't need these two. Is location extra and now this type fusion. So you cannot special summon anything that's in the extra deck and is not a fusion. Is what this means basically. And that's exactly what it does. Except fusion monsters. Okay. For the rest of the turn. Good. For the rest of the turn. Okay, so and then we have the replace effect. If a fusion you control would be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish a card from your graveyard instead. Destroy replace. Location grave. This is probably like a Return of the Dragonlord, right? I hope. And this checks for battle as well, but let's see. Rip TZ. Flag effect. Do you do a flag effect? I don't. Wait a minute. Arbo. Oh, yeah. Does she do the flag effects? No, she doesn't. So I don't think you need to do it with flag effects. Although she does use a flag effect here. Huh. Well, I'll leave it for now because I'm not sure. Is able to remove, right? You can banish this kind of state. Location grave, right? Is able to remove, and there is something. So it's face up, you control it. In the monster zone, it's a fusion monster, and it's not being replaced. And the reason is effect. This probably has the same thing except battle to also dragons. Yeah, that's the main difference here. Right, so select yes, no. Turn true, otherwise false. Banish if face up. Okay. Okay, so let's try it. We need a Despian monster again. Either add to your hand or special summon in defense. We cannot special summon except fusions, so actually let me use the level 1 so we can try out Link Repo right away. And then we could try polymerization to check that fusions work. And we need something to discard too, like a blank card. And then if a fusion you control will be destroyed by card effect, banish from against it. So we can use Dark Hole after we summon the fusion monster to test out the gradient effect as well. 5. Yeah. So I can. So I'm gonna discard terraforming, select this, and it fails. So something. Maybe this doesn't return an end. Let me check. Discard hands. It does return an end. So what's the problem here? Effect. Okay, what's the parameters for this? Player function, min-max, reason. Player function, min-max, reason.